Hey everyone, we're live again, and today we're actually going to be looking at a different project. So I'm not going to be streaming the survival horror every single week. I'm going to do a mix of survival horror and some community collaboration projects that I'm working on. And one of them that we're going to be looking at today it's a top-down 2D pixelated shooter game, something like Hotline Miami, if you've ever played something like that before. So I've already put a little bit of work into it already, just to get the basics down for some of the art and some of the characters. And since I'm working with Hal Schmuman, we're going to be making something kind of crinkly based on his Bovaretta character. So I've got a little menu here, and this is just like a play box of the character with some art, you know, some death animations, the health, some pickups, and you've got a little shotgun here. So I'll show everything that I've been working on so far. Excuse me, still still rough with the throat. And then after I show you some of these things, I'll be making some more pixel art. So I need to make more art for the environments. So mostly like the floors and maybe some enemy designs and things like that. So that's what I'll be working on today. So I'm just going to set up a few things here, wait a few minutes before we get started. And the music today, it's a relaxing video game music, volume 1. I try and get music that kind of fits the theme of the game that we're making. So we've got like survival horror music, I don't know, RPG music, but some games I can't find an appropriate soundtrack, so I just go for like a more generalized one that's more relaxing, because I was going to put on the Cyberpunk soundtrack, the Cyberpunk 2077, but I felt like some of the tracks were a bit too intense for me, you know, maybe a bit too repetitive. So I've put on this relaxing set, and it might have a few different things for us. So I'm just going to copy the link here, update the thumbnail, put it in the Discord, then I'll tweet here as well. Okay, just putting the tweet out here. Okay, that should be everything. Let's tweet that out. So I'll try and do like another 2-hour stream today. That's my goal. Monday to Friday I'm going to be doing at least 2-hour streams, and I guess it's going to be based on like 3 different projects. So I'm going to have the survival horror 2 times a week. I'll have this community games 2 times a week. So once we finish off this project, I'll move on to another shorter project, and maybe 1 live stream a week where I'm practicing sculpting a character or an environment based on another video game like God of War or something like that. Hey Dark River, nice to see you again. It's going pretty well. Hopefully my condition improves today. I felt like I was okay yesterday, but then it started to get worse. I started to feel quite bad near the end. I think it's because of all of the talking kind of caught up with me. So here's a beautiful Bovaretta. So I'll show you the little the little menu that I made, very simple so far. My dear cousin-in-law Bobinkus. I need to animate her and also add like a filter effect to make it more like a call, you know. Great to inform you that I've been kidnapped and require assistance. I'm sending a tracking data package directly to your system. Don't let me down, or you'll be permanently banned from future family events. Good luck, bring the big guns. So there's this is just a starter intro. So like I said, I need to put I need to animate her face. I need to put better visuals over the top of it and put some sound effects in for the text and stuff like that. So there you go, there she's there. This was the templates I made, basically. I made one where she had like more more of her top, but then I deleted it because I didn't really need it. And then I'm going to make another one that just has like her mouth kind of you know, kind of opening and closing. So it's more like an 8-bit kind of game. There's not really much shading. I didn't want to start off by making anything too complicated, so I decided I'll just keep it simple for the first kind of 2D game that I'm making. And since I'm collaborating with House Schmoomin, we're using Bovaretta, but we're also talking ideas all the time. And this is something I want to do more often. I want to try and make a lot of shorter games, but try and collaborate with others. So they don't need to make anything in Dreams. They just need to, you know, be in dialogue with me, and we can come up with ideas and put things together. So this is just like my gameplay that I've just sort of pieced together. It's a bit messy because I'm just kind of throwing things together as I can. But that's basically the main character here. So this is when he fires his shotgun blast. This one I can probably delete. This is like an old one. This is a power up that you can collect, and it makes you invincible for a short amount of time. So it's big Bovaretta lips. This is I tried to make something that looked a bit crinkly, but House Schmoomin's idea was to add like a jar of pickled toenails, something really strange, and this gives you full health again. And this is basically your health here, the hearts. So you get like 5 hearts, and then when you lose a heart it kind of deflates and becomes more dead. So I'm kind of just testing things out. So here's where the life menu is, and in here you can see that I've got different states. So as you lose health, it'll trigger certain things, and then when you get your health back, you go back to the A state. So I'll put it in a play mode just so you can have a quick little look. So you can rotate your character around, you can walk around like this, as you firing your shotgun. The thing that's firing out, that's something I added today, but that's going to be invisible. That's just I was testing out hit detections, but the problem is when you emit a tag for hit detection, sometimes if it's too fast or the enemy's moving too fast, it doesn't detect properly. So that's something that I'm going to have to update. I'm just not really doing much logic on stream because I feel like it takes me too long, and then by the end of the stream I've got nothing done. So I'll basically just show you what I've got. So you've got the character moving around, can fire. I put in a little debug mode, so if you lose health you kind of go a bit grey, and see on the bottom left the hearts start to go down, deflate. So as you reach the end, if you get the final hit, game over. and you can see your guys fell on the floor and he's got all that terrible blood everywhere, and then you can try again. I don't have the try again option working or anything like that yet. Just to give you an idea of what the pickups do, so say you've got like 1 life left, you pick up the pickled toenails, there you go. And then you get full health again, you're good to go. And if you pick up the big lips, then this is like a invincibility kind of mode over it, as gave you something to help you. So I've still got a little bit of logic just to tweak that, because right now I'm only losing health by pressing R1 just as a testing phase. All I need to do is get the hit detection in, so when the enemies fire bullets or whatever at me, then I'll lose health. In the same case when I attack them. So I've got a jar here as well, like I just put this here just to break it. So see when you fire, it gets destroyed. Because it's a shotgun, I had to make it so like the range wasn't so crazy, but right now I need to fix the projectiles. So see here, the projectile kind of ends there. So it's like the shotgun blast will only go to about there. So if you get to about here, that's enough distance to take damage, inflict damage on the enemies. So that's just a basic template there for now. Nice 2D art, thank you. It's not something I do very often. I'm more 3D focused, but I'm going to try and do more 2D stuff. So I've got a range of different games I can make, both 3D and 2D. So I was just going to try and make some 2D art today, just for like some ideas to make for the enemies, and also for like the ground and the environment and things like that. So I'm just going to play around and see what I come up with. I don't really have a major plan. The only thing I need to do logic wise is just get the invincibility thing working. Like I said, the projectiles, when I inflict damage and when the enemies inflict damage on me, and then I need to get the AI for the enemies to run around and detect me and try and kill me, basically kill the player. And apart from that, it's just adding like a few wee cutscenes here and there, get the environment art done, maybe a scoring system. But I don't want to, these shorter games, I'm going to try and make them within like a month maybe. So maybe by like the end of October this game will be released in the Dreamverse. And my idea is that I'll release like one big level, and if there's more ideas or if there's more demand for additional levels, I can always make them later. The only full game I'm going to make from start to finish is the survival horror game, because I feel like I kind of owe it to myself and everyone to get that full game out. But I think both big and small projects after that are just going to be released in single levels or singular chapters, and then I'll just update them over time, because I don't think Dreams gets too many plays these days, so it's mostly just for you guys to, if you're watching the streams or the videos, and then you guys can get to play when they're ready. So I'm going to try and make a simple enemy design, but I'm going to keep it with like the same template, mainly because it's easier. That's it. So you see, every time I duplicate it, it's adding like 2% gameplay, but it's not a problem because these are still all connected together in a group. What I can do is I can merge the paintings, and then see I lose 2%, and then it's just one big painting. But I need to make sure I finalised all of the art before I merge the paint. Otherwise, you can't do this. You can't edit them anymore. So I was speaking with Hal Schmuman, right? And he said that he wanted to make an enemy that was kind of like it's like a drinks carton or something. You know, like something you would find in like McDonald's or something. I want to try and keep the enemies like the same kind of proportions as the main character. I don't want them to be too big. I want everyone to fit through the doors, for example. So I'm just going to make like I'm going to try and make a guy in a drinks suit. Let's see. I don't even know where to begin, to be honest. But I think I'll just try and pale skin zombie, or what is that? I can't see the last one. Looks like a guy in sunglasses. But yeah, I think I'm just going to... Let's see, because you would need the the round cap and then the straw, right? So that's what I'll do then. I'll just... Let me see if I can... So I'm just trying to edit the template really quickly so I'm not creating tons of stuff from scratch, but we'll see how this goes. So where would I put the straw? I could maybe put the straw going back the way, maybe. Let's see. See, I'm not really used to making 2D art, so things might not look too good to begin with. Let's see. So I could try and make it like that, and then just say that's like a straw coming off the top of his head, you know. But in the end, if it doesn't work out, I can always redo this anyway. Do you know what I mean? Because you can't really see what that is right now, you know. I think I need to make it a bit more... rounded, I guess. Let me see. Close this off. No, wait, hold on. Just do something stupid like that, I think. And then I'm going to make like a face so you can actually see. There's going to be like dialogue in the game, so you'll actually be able to see what they look like. So this looks kind of terrible, but it's kind of difficult to do art when it's like top down, because it's like in 8-bit style you don't really get a lot of freedom. So let's try and make the... Let's So there you go. That can be like a straw. Maybe a bit tall. Might actually move it all down by one. That looks alright. But I can move it all down a bit. It's kind of a weird kind of straw, isn't it? Right, we'll make it like that for now, right? I'll just fill in the blanks. Okay. So it looks more like a straw now, right? And then we need to get the position for the eyes as well. But they're in a costume, so I don't know, maybe let me see. Maybe make their eyes more like that. Excuse me. What am I doing here? Right, that was supposed to be his eye, right? Let's see. So I could do maybe something like that for the eye. Just need to try and make it so it's kind of more in the middle, you know. There we go. If I need to make this bigger, I can make it a bit wider. I just need to flesh it out for now, I think. Just so I get an idea of how it's all going to look. A mad magician. I know, it looks like a beard, doesn't it? I'll need to put like a design on it. Maybe I'll put like a red kind of streak or something. Let me see. Put something like that, and then maybe I could like put a streak across it. You know, for the eyes, I think I'm just gonna like I don't know if I should. Nah, it's a bit much, I think. I think it's because the eyes and the actual cup itself, they kind of clash a wee bit. So I might make the cup a little darker. Let me test this. Just a little darker. Not much, just a little bit. Maybe they have a bit of a dirtier look to them. So it's a bit more of a greyish kind of colour now. And I'll need to figure out how I'm going to do this stripe as well. Let me see if I can do it like a diagonal kind of thing, maybe. Just so it's not too plain, you know. Okay. And I'll probably do like another one here and here maybe as well. I just need to move this just to give me some space. Let me see. Oh, see, that's what I was saying yesterday. Whenever you copy and it's like, as soon as you let go, the imp moves like really slightly and it's enough to knock everything off. I'll probably give them a little bit of a mouth as well, just to make them a little more expressive as well. Oh. Okay. This is just for the portrait anyway, when they're talking to the player. During gameplay, it's just going to be like a top-down kind of view, you know. So I'll need to update the colour on that as well. Maybe put like some red stripes on the arms or something, I don't know. Let me see. Would that be enough? Or should I make the head a bit wider? Maybe. Yeah, I'll kind of make it like that, I think. And then just need to try and figure out the shape. It's always tricky when you're making characters that are like not realistic at all. So I can probably put another one up there. And then I can maybe figure out what I'm going to do with the mouth. If I'm going to do something there. Nothing crazy, just yeah, but then the mouth would get in the way of that, wouldn't it? Hey right, Chloe, nice to see you again. I've been okay. I've just been sick for like the past 6-7 weeks. But I'm getting better though, which is good. Let me see if I just delete those with it. Yeah, we're making like this really weird kind of game. It's kind of like Hotline Miami, and you can fire your shotgun. If you pick up, like if you lose your health, right, I'll show you a game over state. That's you dead on the floor. This is kind of invincible mode. If you get a big Bovaretta kiss on the face. And then when you lose almost all your life, you can pick up this little jar, and then you've got all your life back again. And I put this jar here just to show you how you would destroy or kill enemies, but I still need to work on the logic for the collisions and things like that. And I'm working on this with House Moomin, so it's a very crinkly kind of game. So the enemies, he wanted an enemy, pickled toenails, that's it. Gives you full life. And he said he wanted the first enemies to be guys that are dressed up in little drink cups. So I tried to make something with a straw on top. I'll probably fix that. But I'm just trying to like design the character, because they also talk. There's cutscenes and you get to see their face. Because if everyone's top down, like you wouldn't realise that was a cup, right? I'm trying to make everyone kind of the same size on the same template, but I might need to redesign this one a bit for the enemies. So I'm just making like a face for the cutscene for the enemy, and then I'll update the enemy design. But I'm not going to do any logic on stream, so like the AI and stuff, I'm not really going to do any of that right now. But I'll finish the first kind of enemy, and then I'll work on like some floor tiles and maybe work on a little tutorial before we go on to like the main level. Let me see here. So I was just trying to like make a pattern so that they didn't look so plain, you know. But I only need up to like the neck anyway, so. And I've got a whole conversation with Bovaretta almost done. I just need to animate her, add some visual effects, and she'll be good to go. But it is weird creating a really strange kind of character. So put, I don't know what colour I'll put here. So strange. But they don't really have a neck because they're in a big costume, so I'll just fire this down. And that might be enough. Have you ever tried to work with the 2D stuff correctly? It's quite fun, a little repetitive, but you can make completely different kind of games with it. That might be enough. Because if I get a... I wish this came out when I was making Imgotchi. I know, I wondered, like, what did you do for him, Gotchi? Did you just use sculpts? All my pixels are sculpts. Yeah, I thought so. It's just so much easier, you know? And it's like, before, when you group all these together, it uses up a lot of thermal, especially if you need to copy it all. But then when you merge it all as one painting, all the thermal just drops. So you could literally make tons of stuff, just convert it all into a painting, and then you've got a really thermal efficient kind of thing going on. Just gotta get rid of these. Oh god. Just need to wait for Hal Schwooman to turn up so he can give me some feedback, because I've only shown him like screenshots, I've not actually shown him any real gameplay. Let me just throw down a wee microchip here, right? This is just like, I'll show you what I did already with Wolveretta, right, before I do the same thing here. So there's Crinkly Retta, right? That was the big one that I made. I just need to animate her, I just need to move her mouth and bring her cheeks out a little bit, so that when she talks to you over the phone like this, she'll be talking. I need to add sound effects. The bit that she's talking on, I'm going to add like a filter, kind of like a grainy, kind of cyberpunk kind of filter, and she's going to be like meow, 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 meow. And I'll get some sound effects for the text and stuff like that. So she's going to give you like the mission briefing. She's basically been kidnapped, and then you need to go find her. But it's going to be a bit like Mario. It's like, oh no, she's been kidnapped in a different place, and then you go drown your sorrows after each mission, and then try again in a different place. But I'm only going to make one stage and then release it, and then we'll see what people think, and if people like it, I can make more stages, because I feel like making a big full game now, it's not so worth it, you know. I was thinking about maybe adding something here, like if I oh, hold on, I think I took off the grid. Give him some war paint, you know. There we go. So I'll need to decide what I'm going to do with this, but I'll need to group it all first so that I can, because right now I can't move it around. I need to group it, and then after I'm happy with it, I'll duplicate it, and then once I'm happy with it, I'll make a painted version. So I'll just do the same thing here. Let me get a camera first. Just to test this, I'll probably need to, I think I've got another camera somewhere in here. Yeah. So I'll just take that off, and then I can test this. So the Bovaretta one is like, she's like in the middle, because she's like giving you the mission briefing, but during the cutscenes I'm going to put the character's face down like in the bottom left. Like, I could probably, in fact, you know what, I'm going to just group them all first, and then I'll just shrink them down because it will be a bit easier, I think. So I just need to make sure I don't miss out any pieces. This is one of the biggest repetitive parts. It's like if you make a big pixelated bit of art, you gotta do this, man. Because like, see if I made an individual element and did this, I could just double click X and it would do it all for me, but because I'm making everything in the one scene, it'd be more of a pain. Hello, Hauschmumen! How are you? Am I late? You are. You're getting the John Jerry Steve leg. Right, let me just get that. Let's see here. Hauschmumen is late. Can't be having that. It's coming for you. Right, let me fix here. So I'm just making like a really quick face for the guy in the drinks. Oh God, spare me, John Jerry Steve. He's not going to spare you. It's coming for you. Right, so at least that's Groot, so I can still edit it, but I can still move it about and shrink it down. I kind of made like a top-down version of it, but it was like, it's okay, you know. I tried to change the colour because the eyes were white and then this was white, so I tried to make it like slightly off-white. So I'm probably going to have to do that here as well. I just didn't want to make it look too much like the KKK, you know, because it's a bit, you know, similar. So we need to make sure this looks like a drinks thing on a top-down view, you know. But I think if I just change the colour, it will probably help at the very least. You should make the straw stripy in that case. Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, I made the body stripy just to add a bit of something, you know, so it wasn't just a big plain thing. But I can definitely add that to the straw as well. I'll just update this because I was going to make it not entirely white, you know. But I might completely redo this. I was just trying to keep it the same size as the main character, so everyone's like the same dimensions. So I'll just change it ever so slightly. Wait, I missed one. Just to make it a little off-white, you know. And then I can definitely update this so that it's got more colour to it. But I'm just not sure about the bendiness, if I'm going to change it yet. So I can just add a few wee bits of red, you know, just for now, you know. Just something like that for now, you know. Looks like blood, but I think it'll do for now. And then I was going to test out the... So I'll move this over here, right? So it's like when you encounter the enemies, because you can't see their face, I was going to have a little cutscene of them talking. So every level there's a different enemy, you'll get to sort of get introduced to them. So I'll just this is just an example for now, right? I need to, in fact I'm not going to flatten it because it's going to be during gameplay, so I'm going to put a text box around them. I need to take off the grid thing. Right, but I'll need to update the whole all the other HUD that's on the screen right now. So that's the life part. Right, so it's just this part now. I hate working with these cameras. Because I'd probably use a head tracker when I do this because it means I can change the camera and this wee guy wouldn't keep getting in the way all the time, you know. But I need to delete the stuff that's in this one, hold on. Too lazy to get a new one out. I'm just going to reuse the one I've got here. I'll just turn this one off. If that works. It would be cool if we could stick flex to the screen like the text gadget. Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it? Right, so he's in there. Hold on, I'm just going to get a brand new camera. Just to create an example for now. So he's in there. But I'm going to have to like scale him. It's always a pain when you're trying to work with this kind of stuff. I don't know if there's a better way to do it. I just need to keep trial and error. Like I need to go into play mode, come out, and then I need to scope in, and then try and fix it, you know. You can cut the little skull icon to see what the camera tracker see. I think I tried that, but then it was like, it's hard to grab things and change the perspective and things. It's like a pain in the ass, basically. So you can see he's kind of there. It's not too good, to be honest. But I think I just had to move him over like a little bit. But this isn't final anyway, this is just to sort of see what it looks like. And then I wish you could freeze the camera in Dreams like an LBP. There's a lot of features in LBP I would like. For example, when you go into the camera, right? Where is the local option? Is there a local option? I don't think so. Because when you go into like a mover, for example, look, local space. Why does the camera not have local space? Why does it not have that option? Little Big Planet had that option. So basically, if I'm using this camera, if I tilt the character around, the camera tilts around. But in Little Big Planet, you could turn that off, and then even if you turned the character, the camera would always stay fixed. But I don't see the option here, which is a pain, because it means if you want to make a fixed camera, you need to make it independent from the character, and then you need to make it like your own camera rig to get it all working properly. Let's give them a big thick border. Right, this is just an example text, right? Put that back. Okay. So yeah, this is just an example for now, really. Don't know how wide I'm going to make this. But it's just like when he's talking, he's just going to be, his face is going to be there. Maybe I'll put his name here, I don't know. And whatever he's saying, you know. So put in something a bit over there. That yellow-haired blue and purple. Freak. They're not very nice, are they? Just keep it like that for now. That's just rude to both. I know, they're evil, aren't they? They're very evil. I can't even remember what font I used. You know, it sucks, there's no pixelated font. There's one that's like this, that's like, it's okay. It's kind of retro, but it's not proper, you know. Yeah. Just make it like that for now. And the speed, I don't even know what the speed would be. So there you go, how evil they are. So this will be them, they'll be in the level in top down view, but then this screen will appear and you'll get to see what they look like this. Yeah, we badly need more fonts. It's really annoying how few we have. Yeah, there's a lot of fonts, but a lot of them look the same, like almost identical. But having a retro font would be really good because I was going to just make a font of my own, but then to write all the dialogue and it's like Little Big Planet where you had to create your own font and it took forever. So I'm a bit too lazy for that. So I don't think I'm. Different, you know. But we'll see because they are quite round. So this one's more of a body shape instead of like a big carton. So I might just like remove the arms and then just make the head bigger, like that. So that's what I probably will do that actually, just so, because the head, this is like a normal human head, but this is like a big round thing. So now I just need to make some of the environment stuff, but I'll show you the gameplay so far just for some fun, right? I just need to turn everything back on though. Let me see if I reset everything. Right, I just need to. I thought I turned these back on, did I not? Okay, so here's the character. That little blue thing you see firing is just a temporary projectile, so I could see how far it would go, because the shotgun can only reach a certain radius, so once I work more on the logic, I'll get rid of that. So as you lose health, you kind of go a bit grayscale, and then when you run out of health, you're dead. And if you want to get all your health back, you pick up the pickle toenails, and this is the invincibility upgrade. So we'll work on the sound effects and the music and everything, and it'll be pretty cool. And I added this jar just to test like the shooting, just to show that you can destroy stuff. So you should have a really loud crunching, chewing sound every time you pick up the jar. I know. I was gonna go like a delicious, you know. But then put like an 8-bit filter on top of it so that it's more like, you know, makes it extra crinkly. So once I fix the graphic for the enemy, we'll be able to take them out. And I'll add some of the, I want to add some AI so they can walk around and fire back at me as well. So right now I've only got the shotgun, so we'll just stick to shotguns for now. Like eating chips into the mic sort of thing. Yeah, like a watery, crunchy kind of concoction with a bit of choking from the toenails, you know, scratching your throat, you know. It's like you're in pain, but he's enjoying it at the same time, but you know, but he's still struggling to chew and to swallow. And the big lips for the invincibility, it's probably just going to be a big but super 8-bit, you know, so it's super distorted and everything. So there's two areas I want to do. So you mentioned about the subway, the abandoned subway, so I'm going to do like the outside of the subway, and then you enter, you descend in. So I'll need to create like floor, not really walls because it's top down, so you're not really going to see the walls, but like I'll need different floor tiles. But I also want to do like a beginner tutorial section where you kind of like the Batcave, you know, it's like you're going to pick up your shotgun and you're learning the controls and what everything does. So I was just going to make some really simple floor tiles, and because it's more 8-bit style, see, it's just like plain colours, there's no shading or anything. It means when I make the floor tiles I don't need to go too crazy with the detail. I can just keep it kind of plain and just add some minor changes, because I think if I make like a 16-bit kind of thing where everything has shading and more detail, it's going to take me a lot longer to finish. So I'll work on the, let me take one of these, hold on. I'll do the tiles up here. I just need to figure out some kind of cyberpunk colour schemes that I can use. So blue is always a good kind of colour. Just need to see what kind of blue, you know, because I'm going to make it for the ground. Do you know what I mean? Like I could do something like that. And I could make like a darker version. So I don't know how big these tiles are going to be, right? So I'll bring this dude up here, just so we can see how big he is. Just had a thought that one of the bosses could be like the most grotesque, realistic looking sculpt ever, like real out of place for the 8-bit stuff. What, like an actual 3D sculpt? Yeah, that would be kind of crinkly, wouldn't it? Everything's 8-bit, but then the boss is like, I come from a different dimension. I'm here to eat your souls. Yeah, that could be good. Could be very good, actually. Right, hold on, what have I done here? Right. I'm just going to make like some basic floor tiles now. Yeah, like everything's 8-bit except for the pulsating heart beast. Yeah, that could be a really good idea. I haven't even thought about boss battles. I thought every stage could have a boss battle at the end. Right, let me see here, hold on. Just as a one cube. It's like two of those squares. Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. We need to think of bosses. Because we've got the subway boss, then we'll have the cyberpunk castle boss as well. Yeah, let me just play around here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Try to think how big each tile should be, because I don't want to make them too small, because then it's more annoying to copy them around, you know. So what, that's like 17. I mean, actually, just messing around here. I don't even know what I'm making. Just try and make something that looks kind of cool. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see. Because I find it easier to work in 3D because I can just texture it, but when you work in 2D, it's like everything's got to be more artistic, you know? Let's see. I don't know if I should. I think I'll just put an outline around them. So what's that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 by 10. Okay. Just try to think how it would look, because I want everything to be kind of symmetrical at the same time. I don't know, maybe I'll keep it simple for now, right? Just so this could be just a floor for like the tutorial. Let me delete all this stuff. Then I'll group it together. And then make like a second group or something. Let's see, can I do something? Just to add a bit more detail, because I don't want it to be all plain, you know. Let me see. just group all this together for now. Okay. So it would work like that, but I'd probably need to delete like the sides. I don't know how it would look. Because I could keep it like that, but I don't know if I want to make it like really symmetrical and then... So I could do it like that, or I could... you know, like delete these bits just to make it the same all the way around. Maybe that's a bit better. Yeah, I think that's probably a bit better. Create like a floor like that. It's got some pattern to it. So I'll keep the original one here, and then I'll convert this one into a painting, just so I can get all the thermal back. Could even keep converting, keep merging them all. So once I've got like the whole floor sort of planned out, I can just combine them all again and then save even more memory. Right, so the only thing I need to do is put them on the proper layer, so I need to put them like one layer back, so then when I use the character I should be able to stand on top of it and there's no glitch effect, you know. So the floor looks kind of okay, it's got a bit more detail to it, I suppose. It's better than just having a plain purple floor, you know. So I could probably use this for the tutorial section. I just need to see one of the ideas I've got is that if you've ever played a game where the tutorial kind of goes on the floor, like the text, I think you did it in your level as well, Halshmumen. When you go into the objectives, they kind of appear like on the floor or on the wall or something. So I was thinking, since it's a top-down game, rather than just have text appear on the screen, it's good to have just like press this to do this, and it's like on the environment. That way you feel like you're connected to the environment, you know. So let me get another... oh. I'll do another 5x5, right? Oh, the selected paintings are too complex to be merged together. Okay. So there's only so many you can do at a time. Let me see. If I do 4x4, maybe that's better. so let me see like I'm going to make a tutorial in a different scene, but there's no harm in making it in the element because I'm going to import all this stuff in anyway. Let me see. There's the microchip as well. I like to put everything in microchips, so at least I can see what I'm doing. So let's see. So in scene, I don't know what font will do for this one. So I'll use the L stick. It's left stick, isn't it? Or just L, yeah. Okay. To move around. I don't know what kind of font I'm going to use yet. Let me just take this off just so I can see. Give it a bit of a glow as well. Right, so I need to figure out what font I would use. Because the one I used before, like that one, I could use that one again, I suppose. Just to keep it always part of like the one style. But there's so many fonts that look the same, and so many I don't think really fits with the style of the game, you know. That's why I just sticked with that other one, this one, because it was like kind of has more of a retro feel. I'm just gonna I can't remember what I called him. What's his name? Was it Bobinkus? Correct me if I'm wrong, if there's a different name. And then we can put that into the scene. I just need to see. It's funny, I didn't know you couldn't see text through microchips. Alright, so just for example, we'll see how this looks in context in a moment. Put it central. So when you're playing the tutorial, it'll be something like that, you know. It's got kind of the glow's kind of, I don't know if I like it or not. It's kind of shining on him underneath. So that's kind of the idea I wanted. So you can play the game and the tutorials will just kind of come up on the screen. But I wanted it to be a bit more bold. That's why I wasn't so sure about this font, because this font's quite small, even when you capitalize it. So I don't know if I'm going to blow it up a bit more or change the font entirely. Do you know what I mean? So there, to move, Bobincus. And then there'll be other ones for rotating. So R. Oh. To rotate. Obviously this will be on a section of its own once I get the level design, but I don't know if I'll do the level design in this element. I might just create everything, and then once we create the scene, then I'll mess around and start actually building it out. This background here I just made with a giant fleck just so I could get rid of the mad clouds, but it's going to be mostly like the edges are going to be like a black kind of wall. I'm not sure if I'll do it like for example, if I do this and then just the black parts are like the walls, but it's like infinite black, or if I'll do like let's see if I can. Does it let you change this? Right, hold on. Right, so say that's like, then that could be the wall. Hold on, let me move this. Right, just for example, right? So either the blackness is like, okay, that's the full wall, or I'll just make like, or I'll just make like a wall, like kind of like a thin layer for the wall, and then the background will be more like a slightly lighter shade. So it's kind of like, okay, the black part's the wall, but then the outer part isn't all black, do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, it's not, it doesn't feel like you're entirely boxed in. It feels like, okay, there's something outside of the wall. So maybe that's the better way to go. So you don't feel like, oh, the blackness is just like a pit, but now it's an actual wall that you can't actually escape, and then everything else around it is just the extra detail. But once we get all the forms together, I think it will start to look pretty good. Just change it, make it a bit brighter so it's not too dark. But I think once we get all the graphics together and all the collisions and stuff, the gameplay is almost ready, just to get the hit detections for the combat, the AI for the enemies, throw in the cutscenes, and then I'll add a scoring system, I don't know yet. All the sound effects and stuff, but I think we can make a lot of good progress on this. Dark River again with the super chat, thanks very much, very generous of you. Later got to go. Sorry I didn't see your messages in time there. Hope you have another great day at work. So I feel like if I can get a few more tiles done, we're going to stream more of this again on Thursday, so we could probably get the tutorial scene done on Thursday and make a start on the actual level. So I like when I'm working on smaller projects as well, because I actually get to finish them or see them finish a lot faster. So I definitely think sometime in October this whole project will be, the first level at least will be done, and I'll finally get to release something. So L to move Bobincus, rotate Bobincus, what else? We've got R2 to fire. Forget you can't use capitals, can you? Oh. The fire weapon. And in the tutorial I'll have like some target practice as well, so I'll need to create more sprites for those as well. Right, so that's the move, that's the rotate, that's the fire. Okay. And then I need to describe the power-ups as well. So it's quite a simple game, you're just moving, aiming, shooting, picking up things, and enjoying the chaos really. So let me see here. So let's see. Pick up jar to restore health. There we go. I don't know if I'll stretch it like that. It depends how wide the level is. So I might just compact it like that for now. And then the invincibility pick up. Pick up a both. I don't know if I should say kiss or smooch. I don't know. A brief invincibility. Maybe that's good. So I can test these out. I can just to create a background. I'll just throw some of these together for now. Just to test it all out. So we'll put the it's gonna clash in here, hold on. I'll put that down there for now. don't want to put too much effort into this because this is just a template for now. And then it means I can actually just grab these. I think I'm going to have to move the floor back as well because they're kind of clashing again. But just for now. Put these here like that, just to give an example. So when we do the tutorial, I'll flesh everything out, everything will have its own course. So when you're walking about, and then the rotation part, I'll make it so like there's a few little corridors that you go through. Then when you get to fire your weapon, there'll be like a few targets you can hit. And then obviously you'll come across this stuff to restore your health and get the invincibility power up as well. So that's everything we need, but we just need to make some targets to practice firing the weapon. So let me just do a quick save so I don't lose anything. Okay. So what kind of targets could we have, like, for target practice? Like, are we just going to go traditional, like, or are we going to go for, like, more glitchy kind of things? I don't know. What kind of things could we shoot? Let me see here. See if I can find some human heads on sticks. Oh, do they have to be real heads, or can they be like training heads? Let's try then. A head on a stick. Right, let's just get the outline. Let's get the outline done, right? A mix of both. You ran out of real heads, so you had to make some fake ones. It's top down though, so you're not, unless I put like a face like that, you're not going to see the face, but yeah, we could definitely make some skulls or something, I don't know. I don't know how wide I would make the skull, but we could just make it like really simple for now. Could have dummy heads for the static ones and human heads that rock back and forth in pain. This is becoming like a horror movie now, isn't it? His head's like that, so it's like, it's a bit bigger. I don't know how big I'm going to make the skull. We could just do something like that for now, just to just to get the ball rolling, you know. Excuse me. I'm going to drink some water. I've completely forgot to drink anything. Hope I don't spill the bottle. Yeah, so I can make like more detailed skulls with maybe some cracks in the head, you know. I don't know. But I could just do this for now. So we don't actually know what this is. Oh, it's just a white. It's just a white blob, you know. I don't know how to do the stick because it's top-down view, so you wouldn't really see it. But I could maybe have like rope or something that's like holding them up. You know? It's just sort of like or chains or something, you know, like just sort of like suspending them up. Since it's top down, it's hard to do the dimensions because they would have to be on the ceiling. So I might have to just create something unique, you know. Sort of like that, like they're kind of on like a pillar or something, you know, and the heads are like suspended on the top or something. I don't know. That's the idea anyway. Then you just need to go in and shoot all 3 parts, and then the skull will smash. I could try and animate something just now, like just really quickly. Try to think if I'm going to group this part with the skull. Why not? Why not? Yeah, no one's really going to know what this is from top down view unless I shape it more or if I turn it. So then you could see more of it, you know. This is why I didn't know if I was going to group it, because if I'm going to damage the skull, I could make something underneath. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to move the skull first, right? So it means I can create a shattered skull underneath. So this can be like its own thing, you know. And then the table, or whatever the hell this is, can have its own base. Just as an example. And then when we shatter it, we can, I don't know, just put like little pieces of it, like just like all over the place, you know. Let me see. Most of it would fall back the way, wouldn't it? So we'll just use that as an example, right? So we'll group that part together, and then I'll group the sort of table or whatever this is, so they're their own things. Okay. And then it means when we destroy this, and then the shatter effects will come. So that's something I want to do as well with when we get to the combat. So you're not just shooting guys, but you can also like shoot barrels that can explode, and maybe there's some glass windows or something you can smash, and so when you shoot it, there will be some kind of animated effect going over it as well for the moving targets. Yeah, I could do moving targets as well. Yeah, just to give you a bit more practice. So maybe I could use that rope idea where they're suspended and they're kind of going like from one side to the other, because that would be easy to do for top-down view as well. Kind of like a shooting range kind of thing. So I'll try, I don't really like doing logic, right, but I'll try and do something with this just now. So I'll move the fire your weapon part here, just so we can build the targets there. And I'll need to make sure everything's layered properly, because the more layers you add, then you're going to have to adjust all the previous layers, you know. Because right now the floor's on this layer, but this is the player layer, so I would have to move the floor back an extra layer, so the graphics don't all glitch together. Right, let's move that back. And then things like, I don't know, let me see. Yeah, I can move that back, so then it's like the floor, then the collectibles, and then the player. So that should work. So same with this little thing here, I'll move this. See, like I can't go all the way back, it'll start to glitch out. I can probably like, I don't know if you can do like layers and stuff. I know you can do it for certain things, but as long as this way works, it's good for me. So I'm going to have to put the skull on the top. But this can be on the player layer, because you're not going to walk over this anyway, I suppose. You're just going to fire at it. And this is just for afterwards, once we shoot it. So I already had some logic here just to quickly destroy, because it's just picking up the shotgun shell, and then it gets destroyed basically. Let me take that cube. Yeah, I was just using cubes because I tried to put the logic on the flex, but it wasn't it wasn't working too well. So let me just fire that on there for now. Right, so as long as the bullet comes in here, that should destroy this skull. So I don't know if this is going to work, because sometimes there was like collision issues. So let me see. So yeah, I need to. I think it was just deleting the box. I think I need to take the microchip out so that it affects the entire group. Let me see. Yeah, so it was just deleting the cube. It's annoying because you should just put it down and it should destroy everything, you know. There we go. So you broke the skull. Delete the little pink node attached to the microchip. This one. Yeah, I suppose I could take it off the cube. Because I wanted it to delete everything, that's the problem, you know? Not like specific things, like I didn't want it to delete that. Yeah, I just had to reattach it. Normally like you just click it and it's like it affects everything in the group, but lately it's like only affecting the thing that it's actually attached to. And then I have to redo it all, you know. But it's fine. I can take it off the cube, I guess. And then it will just delete this. And then it says a second effect object is destroyed. So just a quick crappy piece of logic, right? What am I doing? I've never done this before with a destroyer, but just say, okay, once something's destroyed, then I can activate the skull particles. And we'll make it look like it got destroyed or something. Right, I don't know if this is going to work. Right. So you can kind of see it's there. So it's not like the best effect, but once you shoot it, at least you've got the idea. There's an effect there. So I could do the same thing for enemies. So like when I shoot an enemy, their dead body will go on the floor, but I could also do like a blood splatter that goes around as well. I don't know how violent we're going to make this game. I think we might want to not put too much blood, I think. Right, so look at this, this and this, so I'll just create a couple more. Just do the same thing. So, oh, that's another thing, when you copy things, they don't always carry forward, I guess. I don't think it has the microchip on it. Yeah, I think it reset everything basically. I'm going to fix all this logic anyway. None of this really matters anyway, because I'll sit and tweak things as I'm working on it. I don't know, did that work? Apparently it did. I just can't see it. There we go. So we can destroy them all. And then I can create like a better effect and whatever. Then I'll have ones that are moving around. And I'll need to fix the layering as well, because it's right on top of his head. So yeah, this is like the basics for the tutorial at least, because that's all you're doing. You're moving, you're rotating, you're firing, and then you're picking up, you're destroying all the things. So just need to work on the graphics a bit, sounds, and at least the tutorial will be fairly easy to do. I just need to adjust the camera a bit, because you can see that it's not flat. But I think it's because I moved this. See, there's two ways to do it. You can either make the camera flat, which is the easier way to do it, and then it means even though there's a gap here, you won't see it, but I'm just going to put that there anyway. Because the wall's going to have collision on it anyway, so you can't actually walk on top of this part even if you wanted to. But that's another thing. I'll need to work on all the collisions so that you can't pass through the walls, you can't fire through walls, all these kind of things. So yeah, I think that's probably as much as I'm going to do for today. So at least we've got a basis here. We'll just use the same floor for the tutorial. We'll just build out like a maze kind of structure, and I'll make more of the targets, the moving targets, and then I'll find some sound effects and things, and then I think on Thursday's stream we'll maybe finish off the tutorial and maybe the intro with Bovaretta. We'll get the glitch effects, we'll get her animated, we'll get a bit of a main menu working, so we'll get her animated, get the filter visuals on, and we should have something nice and playable, a tutorial at least by the end of Thursday. Might work on some of the soundtrack later. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. The only thing I think we need for the soundtracks, we would need a main menu theme. When Bovaretta's talking to you, I think it would be good to have like a briefing kind of theme, you know, and a theme when we're actually doing the stage. I don't know if the tutorial would have its own theme as well. yeah, I think this is coming along quite nicely. I think, like I said, on Thursday we'll finish off what I need to finish off the assets for the tutorial. Maybe I'll introduce like destructible objects as well, like an exploding barrel. So it's like if you shoot this, you can destroy or damage things around. So it adds more tactical elements. So once we add all that stuff, and we'll probably get the tutorial working, we'll get this little intro working, and maybe link it together. And then it means over the weekend I can think about level design for the actual stage, and I'll work on the AI for the enemies. Hopefully I can get something decent working by then, so it means next week we can just throw in the enemies, work on level design, and work on more tiles, graphical tiles for the other areas. So like outside the subway and then inside the subway there's going to have to be a lot of different floor tiles, and maybe some objects like benches and vending machines and security cameras, all these kind of things. I want to make like a train that actually moves, so like you need to cross the tracks without getting hit as well. So it's not just a shooter, you need to avoid hazards as well. So I think that'll be good to work on. So I think I'll wrap up today's stream now. Thanks everyone for watching. Bit of a different project today. We will be doing the survival horror project later in the week, but tomorrow I wanted to do more sculpting practice, but with something a bit different. So I'm going to do like a God of War inspired stream and try and create some like Greek assets. And I don't know if I'll finish a scene, but the main idea is just to build as many assets as I can, and then I'll put it together. And if I don't finish it, I can always finish it in my own time or do another stream. But I'm going to try and do that. And like I said, on Thursday we'll get the tutorial for this done and the intro done, and on Friday we'll return to the survival horror, creating the assets for the hallway. So I was thinking about adding like a little bit for the the tea and the coffee, the sink and the shelves to hold everything, and the wee tray, and I've got the broom, the brush, I'll add a bucket and whatever else we can think of to clutter up the hallway. I don't know how much we'll get done, but that's the plan. So we'll see if this full week of streams goes to plan. If it does, I might keep it up going forward. So enjoy the rest of your night, everyone, or your day, wherever you are. Hopefully you enjoyed some Bovaretta crinkleness, and I'll maybe see you guys in one of the streams later this week. So take care everyone, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.